as you can see, I'm back, and the two of you who are watching, thank you for coming back. I know I don't really post a lot on my channel, and I know not many people give a fuck, but here I am, yay! Anyway, I've been trying to like come up with ideas for videos, because I not only want to make writing vlogs. First of all, not many people watch them, like really not many, and I want to do more booktube related videos. So yeah, here I am. I want to make a note. First of all, you can probably think I'm a hypocrite for saying that, because yes, as you can see, most of the books I read are YA, so that will make me a hypocrite probably. But it's something I've been noticing a lot lately in the booktube community. So yeah, here it goes, the pros and cons of booktube. Honestly, I don't have anything planned to say. It's just going to be like whatever comes out of my mind. Have notes. It's just like this. Here it goes. So be prepared, because it's going to be a lot of mumbling, and it's probably be like really long. So thanks for watching. Okay, like I said, it's nothing against the community as a whole or the meaning. I don't want to make a whole drama, because that's not what I want. It's just kind of a discussion video, pretty much. I mean, we can talk. I don't want to yeah, I know, like I said, not many people are gonna watch this, so I'm not hoping it's gonna go viral on booktube or anything. Yeah. I just want to talk about it, because I mean, I don't have a lot of people, like no one really, to talk about booktube in the people I know, so like this is the only way I can like let it out. So yeah. Anyway. First of all, I want to start obviously with the pros of booktube. If you don't know, which would be weird, booktube is a community of people on YouTube who make videos about their passion for books. It can be anything: book reviews, book hauls, anything. It's been growing and growing a lot in the past, maybe, I don't know, 5 years. I first found booktube like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was around the time I started like actually watching YouTube, like vlogs and people making content, like any other stuff that they upload to YouTube. Anyway, yeah, I found, I don't know who was the first one I watched. It was probably Ariel Bissett, which is something good. I really like her videos, and the more and more I watch, I started finding new channels and new booktubers and new like whole new concepts for booktube in general. Yeah, like I said, most people talk about reviews and talk about new releases, and it's an amazing way to find your next read. An amazing, especially when most of the people who watch YouTube are young people. So I mean, anybody can find these videos and find recommendations for their next book. So yeah, I mean, that's something pretty cool, because not many people have someone in their lives to talk about books. I mean, let's be realistic. Even though it's amazing, and it should be something like, sorry, uh, books should be something that everyone likes, probably, but I mean, not everyone does. Everyone has different tastes. Some people prefer watching movies, some people prefer, I don't know, going out. But for the people who like books, it's really rare to find someone else who also likes books, or likes the same kind of books you like, or like finds it, like, not just read books, like whole new passion, I mean, it's a different world. Talking about books, like I said, it's more common, find someone who likes the same kind of movies you like, because everyone likes movies, like, in general. I don't think anyone hates movies. So it's really easy, to find someone who likes movies and talk about different genres and whatever. But for books, it's not the same thing. And BookTube is an amazing platform to talk about them and to share your hobby, your passion, your love for books, and find someone who loves the same kind of books you like. Find someone who likes to talk about books in general and likes to collect books and all these cool things, and you don't feel you're the weird person in your group. I mean, you probably are, but I mean, being weird is cool, so keep going. Okay, so yeah, that's the main the best thing about BookTube. Having somewhere to go to share your love for books. I mean, that's the only. Yeah, I mean, I could just finish the video here and say, you know what, I don't even care about the cons. Let's forget that. Let's share our love about books and let's go. Cool. But I want to talk about it. Anyway, my battery died. Yeah. I mean, it happens with every video. Anyway, what I was saying is, I don't know what else. Anyway, so another thing about BookTube is that you can find someone who likes the specific kind of books you like. Like, if you like fantasy, you can follow someone who talks about fantasy books and so on, wherever. There's always someone. I'm trying to think about more pros. It's not that it's not good, but like the main one, which is finding someone to talk about books, I mean, it's good enough to cover the whole thing, I guess. I mean, if you have more, you're free to comment and tell me more pros about BookTube. Honestly, my head is somewhere else right now. After like maybe half an hour, I had to wait for the battery to charge. Like, I just, yeah. And I'm finding it hard to focus on the pros of BookTube, because I'm mainly here to talk about the cons of BookTube. I'm not saying it's bad, but let's be real, there are few things we have to talk about. First, I don't know how many times in every BookTube video, or at least many people talk about this, is diversity. I mean, it's pretty cool, of course. I mean, we need diversity. But the thing is, all these booktubers, the main big ones, they all talk about the same books. So, how? I mean, diversity is not just LGBTQ characters or minority characters or any, like, I don't know how to explain, but diversity is original stuff, things that you don't see that are very common. They all talk about YA fantasy mainly, maybe some YA contemporary here and there, but it's mainly all the same books over and over in every single channel. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, I have a few of them, many of them, and I've read it and I've enjoyed many of them. It's cool, but we can also use some diverse books, in the sense that something that nobody talks about. I mean, I don't know what to say because for each person can be different. Saying that there's not enough diversity, I mean, you can promote the diversity by reading different kind of books, books that you don't see anywhere else and nobody else talks about, because they all talk about the main releases in YA more than anything. So how can we say it's, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it's too complex. Yeah, I mean, if they all talk about series like The Mortal Instruments or Harry Potter or whatever new book is coming out this week, because they all talk about the same ones, how can we expect this community to be diverse? It's not just characters who are black or gay or wherever. I mean, yes, we need them, but another different, maybe a different genre that nobody else reads will be diversity in this community. Books that even though they're in the same genre, they're YA, nobody else talks about. Maybe. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we ask for diversity, but we don't give the diversity. How? So yeah, I think that's my main point. I mean, we need, I say we because I mean we all do, to talk about, I mean, yes, probably 95% of the community is in their probably early 20s. We all read YA pretty much. It's the most popular genre nowadays. YA has probably given a new life to books in general in the late years. You know what I mean? But I mean, there are other kind of books, or like I said, you can still read YA, but like there are other books. If that's what you like, it's awesome. Go for it. Read. But experiment. Don't go. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, books make you think out of the box. Make you develop your own reasoning, your own thoughts. So why are we reading the same things everybody is? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why are we just sticking to that path? yes, I mean, if you enjoy, keep going, but you can also, try this or try that and experiment. I mean, it's awesome because you can try things that nobody else has and things that probably you wouldn't have read if nobody told you to. So, yeah, it's always good to, get out of the box and try new things that nobody else knows about. Or some people do, but like they're not mainstream, you know? Not just to be weird or, uh, you know, just there are so many new and amazing things that are not mainstream. I mean, that you don't get to know because you stick to what everybody says, and that's a little bit boring. Yeah, mainly. This goes in the same concept. I mean, like I said, BookTube is an amazing way to find new books, uh, to find recommendations for what to read, even though it's all in the same genre and it's all in the same group, and you're gonna see a few people talking about the same books over and over. But okay, let's try some recommendations. The fact that everybody talks about them doesn't mean they're good for you. I mean, you can try, but you can also not like it. And that doesn't mean uh, you're wrong for not liking what everybody does. I'm gonna give you an example. I just read The Queen of the Tearling. I saw many people, if not almost everyone in the booktube community talking about it, raving about it, saying, "Oh my god, this is so different. This is so amazing. It's cool. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you found something good in it." But I just couldn't. I tried and I tried. It took me almost a whole month to read it because I couldn't find it interesting. And it was like, I had to, I mean, the one thing I enjoy doing, which is reading, I mean, one of the many things, but I try to read every day. Probably some days not as much, but I look forward to reading. And sometimes, like when I was reading that book, it's like, do I really have to? I mean, it's not. I saw a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that were just like, why? Why am I reading this? Just because everyone told me to? I mean, that's my personal opinion about that book. It can happen to anyone with any other book. So, yeah, it's just an example. Yeah. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say is just have your own thoughts. You're allowed to your own opinions about certain books, about any book. So in the most important thing, you don't have to read a book just because everyone is doing it. You know? Like I said, YouTube is an amazing platform to find new books, but it's probably not the best because you're gonna see the same books over and over in every channel. So after a while, it becomes repetitive. Like you're gonna see, if you see this certain booktuber uploading a book haul talking about the new releases of the week, guess what you're gonna see with another booktuber? The same books again. And they're gonna say it's wow, this is so amazing, this is so interesting, I'm so excited about this. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, you can also try reading something different. Why not? I mean, reading is about having fun. It's about, finding something exciting and not just reading because everyone is doing it. It's the talk about, let's compare it to music. If we all listen to the same kind of music, it's gonna be really boring. That's why everyone has their own taste, and it's really fun, even though like sometimes you feel like nobody else likes the same music you like, or wherever. I mean, it's fun because there's going to be people who like the same music. It's the same thing with books. I mean, you don't have to like the mainstream music. You don't have to like the mainstream books. You know? So yeah, just have fun with it and just experiment. And yeah, for me, the best way to find new exciting books is going to the bookstore, or I don't know, like if you like this one book, go online and find books that are similar to them, and not just stick to what everybody says. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure everyone has a way to find new books that aren't just the mainstream ones. You know, it's cool. Yeah, and I'll be really happy to hear how you find books other than BookTube, because I mean, we need to. Sometimes you can, get a few recommendations and be surprised that they're actually good and enjoy them. Like it happened to me with Six of Crows, and I don't remember what's the name of in Crooked Kingdom. They're, I mean, some of the best fantasy books I've read, for me, in my opinion. They're amazing. Yeah, that doesn't happen so often for me. Fine, you read some recommendations and it's like, oh cool, I mean, it was okay, or you don't like them at all, like it happened to me with The Queen of the Tearling. But also try something that you don't see. Like I said, you can go to the bookstore and try to find something you've never seen on BookTube ever, and just see what it's about, and if you like it, get it. Or public libraries. I'm sure in the library there are a ton more books that nobody ever talks about on BookTube. So yeah, you can also try that. Any way you can get your hands on a book. I mean, yeah, there are amazing books coming out every week, and we only find out about a few of them, so it's not fair. We just focus on that and ignore all those. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we like books so much. Another thing I want to talk about, it's how competitive it's become because of BookTube. For most of us, I'm sure for all of us, it's a hobby, or I don't know how to explain it, but we enjoy reading books. We do it for pleasure, for the pure enjoyment of sitting and grabbing our books and reading and getting lost in the world. That's the whole purpose, So why do we have to have goals as to how many books we read in a month or in a year? I mean, that defeats the whole purpose of reading. You like reading? Read as many books as you like, just because you like them. Just because I'm reading this one, I'm enjoying reading so much that when I finish this one, I'm gonna read another one, and read until I have nothing else. Read until I die. So yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, that's why we do it. And the thing is, most of us, we have either work or school or have a life. Some people I've seen on BookTube, they have both a job, school, and a social life. And I don't know how they manage to read like more than 10 books in a month. I mean, I only have a job, I don't have school. I'm writing a book which takes me not as much time as it should, but still, I have other things, you know, even though I'm not the most social person. I like to, you know, go to the movies once in a week, or, you know, take a nap, you know, normal things. So we don't have as much time to read, like the whole day. And when we're reading, I mean, we, like I say, I do it for pleasure, just because I'm enjoying the book and I'm in the mood to read. Not because I want. Yes, I do have a goal, but it's just for fun. I mean, honestly, just to see how far I can go. But like, I don't like to pressure myself, because it gets frustrating. I have a lot of things in my head already, so like reading 3 books at the same time, it's a lot. And like sometimes, usually when it's fantasy, like the worlds get mixed up a lot. Like, what that book? What was it about? I can't remember. Was it which one was it with the queen and that? It gets really confusing sometimes when it's fantasy for me. So yeah, I try to like keep it low because of that. Because the moment it gets frustrating, it defeats the purpose of reading for fun. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know how they do it. If they're still like enjoying it, I mean, cool. I mean, I'm really happy for you because you can achieve big things in this life, but I can't. And it shouldn't be like that. I mean, you feel accomplished reading what 6 books in a month, which is, I don't like to say it's my average, because for me my average is like 4 books in a month. It's not much, but it's good. It's good. I mean, I read more than a few people I know. Not that I'm not saying that I'm better than them, because that's not what I mean. But I feel accomplished, you know? There are a few things that can make you feel good about yourself, you know? I finish a book, yes. But then you go on BookTube and see that this booktuber read like 120 books in a week. That's not possible, but I mean, it's I'm just saying. I'm over, but like I've seen like people who I just read like 10 books this week. Huh? What? Like, chill, girl. Like, come on, no, you need to relax. You need a nap. You need to do something else. I mean, like I said, reading is fun, but we cannot take it to the limit. It's the same thing as if saying, you know, I'm gonna just watch a whole TV series in a day, which I've done. Not good, but I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, you can chill and take it slow because you can enjoy it more. In the long run, you know, if you take several days to read a book. I mean, I tried doing challenges. I think it was last year, like a whole week in. I think it was 7 books in a week. I think it was the BookTubeathon. I don't remember which one was it, but I felt miserably because I just can't. It's too much, and there's at some point, I mean, it becomes stressful, and that's not how it should be. Like, reading shouldn't be about achieving an amount of books. Reading should be about enjoying each book you read. You know, just putting it out there. So I mean, enjoy them. That's, if you can enjoy them at that speed, I'm happy. I'm happy for you, like for real. But wow, that's too much. Like I said, I don't know how. Okay, one more thing I want to add. It's how, like I said, there are just an amount of YA books, because that's the main genre you find on BookTube that people talk about. Like they all talk about Harry Potter, they all talk about Immortal Instruments, about Six of Crows. I'm trying to think about other books that people talk about, like the Lunar Chronicles and things like that. But there are so many YA books that nobody else talks about, and I mean, it would be so awesome if people knew about them, because I don't know how it works with the market, at least here in the US. Like, for example, I read the books. I've read Alice Osman's books in the past because I found her videos on YouTube, and they're amazing. I love her books. In case you know, she's British. So far, she has 2 books out, and a 3rd book is coming out next week. But you don't really see her books on the bookstore. So I don't know how it works, that because people don't really talk about them. I mean, why would they be selling them? I don't know how that works. I mean, if you know, like, I'll appreciate it so much, because yeah, just to understand how it works, how the system, how the book market, or however it's called, it works. Like, why some books don't reach the US market or don't reach other countries, why some get the spotlight like just the moment they come out, and some just are ignored and they don't even sell them here. Another example is Immortal Indians books. I've never seen them in a bookstore except an independent one, and I don't think people really know about them here. Like, they're almost, the first one came out like almost around like 3 years after the first Harry Potter one. And I know it was really popular in the UK, but why it never made it here? Because no one really knows about it. And now that the movie is coming out, everyone is like, oh my god, what is it about? And like, they're also like intrigued by the new world we're gonna see. And like, you can just read the books, but like nobody really knows about them. And I'm pretty sure when the movie comes out, people are gonna be aware of it, and they're gonna want to buy it and immerse themselves in the world, which I can't wait, because honestly, like, I don't know why people are not reading those books. Like, anyway, but yeah, it's really weird how some books are popular in another country, but they never make it to the US. Which, I mean, doesn't mean that if they're not popular here, they're not popular or whatever. But like, it does affect, because you know that here books are mainly by American authors, and they're published here are more popular. That's not saying it's how it should be, but I don't know if it's like the publisher, or I don't know how it works. But yeah, they should, I don't know, promote certain books more. I don't know how it works. So yeah, that's all. It's just my head, just you know. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm sure it was just me rambling about nonsense the whole time. And I apologize if you couldn't understand a word I was saying. I get it. I get it. I apologize, and if you're watching, thank you for watching. I hopefully I'm gonna upload this one soon, because you know it's hard when you only have like maybe 5 views per video, and I mean you have like footage from somewhere, and like it's not really worth it to just sit down like for at least an hour and edit when you know nobody's gonna watch it. Like I know YouTubers, like big name YouTubers, say that a lot, like, oh, I wouldn't mind if I only had 5 viewers, but like when you actually that's all you get, it's like, I mean, is it really worth it? Like editing like the whole work for just 5 views? That's the thing. I mean, I'm not getting any money out of this, so I mean, it's not because of that, but you hope you at least reach a few more people with these videos. I mean, it gets a little discouraging. I mean, you're just not encouraged to, you know, waste your time for that. So yeah. Anyway, I went sideways again. Thank you for watching, and if you like this kind of videos, please let me know. Tell your friends. Don't make their life miserable by making them watch my videos. But yeah, I would love a little bit more support. I will really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna try to I don't know, upload more. If you want to keep watching vlogs about updates on my book, let me know, because those aren't really popular. Not at all. So yeah, I mean, I try like just, you know, do it for fun, to use pretty much for myself, to have, you know, to remember, you know, what I was doing when I was when I was writing my book. So yeah, in case you don't know, and you don't know me, good, you're good. I'm writing a book. If you're interested in knowing more about that, let me know and watch my videos. I'm gonna post links here. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.